Hello, Sonia. I'm going to give you an update on firefighting newts. By the way, it's newts now. You play as a firefighting newt that's got to tap on fires to spray water at them, and that extinguishes them. And you got to do that before the building collapses. If all the buildings collapse, or some other variation of that, you lose the round. We will also implement frogs that try to jump out of windows to save themselves from the fire. And so, in the multiplayer version, which we'll be able to add in the future, we'll have a chance to create a trampoline between two salamanders, not salamanders, newts, to combine. You'll be able to combine with another newt to create a trampoline, which will then save the frog, which will add points to your score. Taking out fires will also increase your score. As you beat rounds and continue through more and more rounds, they get progressively harder. This means more buildings, more fires, and more frogs trying to save themselves from those fires. Currently, we have single player, but in the future, we plan to implement a network manager where you can host a Wi-Fi lobby and have other people connected to your Wi-Fi join that lobby, so you can have multiple newts taking care of all the fires in the city. These different newts will actually have different colors, and in the future we also plan to implement different skins for these different colors of newts. We'll also have challenges, both single player and the multiplayer, but multiplayer will have different and more challenges to accomplish and be able to gain more points in, let's say, another form of achievements.
Hello again, Sonia. Welcome to our awesome demonstration. As you can see here, we've got our little newt. Isn't he so cute? Let's see him run.
As you can see, all the animations accelerate to the left and the right. We have gravity and physics incorporated in our game. It is side-scrolling.
The camera follows the player as he moves. Isn't that neat? Our little newt shoots water, and not only that, but it puts out the fire. Do that for me.
Our newt, when he runs all the way to the side, there are boundaries in our game that prevent him from falling off the map. So as you can see, we have a Carolite's background, which means there's layers to our background and they move at different speeds to make it more realistic. Of course, this is a jungle and our game will be set in a city, but that will be changed later. This is just for demonstration. Our shooting will soon have direction, so it can go to the sides, and it will be more like a stream of water rather than just objects thrown.
Most of these sprites are temporary. With the jungle background, we were going to think about getting something else, but for now, this will do. The animation for the shooting does as well, and same with the buildings. And next time you see this game, it's going to look a lot cooler than it already does.
So far, this is our main menu for our game. It comes with very intuitive controls such as starting the game, audio, which is where you can edit the master, music, and sound effects volume. You can go back to the main menu and look at the other options such as help, which, while incomplete right now, will have more helpful information on how to play our game. You can exit the game as well. And also, while not so intuitive, but will be more obvious in the future, you can change the skin of your newts by tapping on it. So far, there are 4 options. You can start the game by pressing the start button, which you can now at the moment shoot water balls, but you cannot move the player yet, as that has not been coded in yet. And finally, we have the exit button, which simply exits the game for you.
So some of the features that need to be implemented for the next iteration of the game are a play and pause feature for the game, shooting out water and fire from the player with touch controls for moving the player left and right, implementing a backpack that fires the ammunition for the player, spawning buildings randomly, and working on a horizon that moves with the camera.
So when we first started our project, we decided to use Google's new engine, Flutter, which uses the language Dart to code apps that can be built in both Android and iOS apps. We initially decided to use this because we wanted to make an iOS app that would also conveniently be an Android app upon completion. However, we quickly found out that using Flutter's engine wasn't suitable for video games and is more suited for UIs of mobile applications, social media, and other stuff like that. We found a engine for Flutter called Flame, which is one of the most accessible engines out there for Flutter to make video games. While using this engine, we realized that the documentation for it isn't robust and is quite limited. And we realized that it's harder than it seems to make a video game in Flutter. Simple things like making animations becomes quite frustrating and confusing in Flutter. So after some careful consideration, we decided to switch into the Unity engine because you can still make iOS apps in Unity with just the Unity engine, which uses C#. So while we had a lot of high hopes for Google's new engine, we quickly realized that it's not very suited for video gaming and instead is more suited for UIs. So switching into the Unity game engine has been a seamless transition that's allowed us to progress our work flawlessly.